we had a reshuffling of sorts over the weekend with my ILL losing to USC. We talked about it on Friday. It was looking like it was going to be a two-horse race in this league between the Michigan Wolverines and the Illinois Fighting Illini. But right now, with Illinois kind of falling back after that loss, now Michigan State reemerges. Purdue, who slaughtered the Nebraska Cornhuskers at home over the weekend, is back in the conversation. And even Oregon's, not out of the discussion, even though Illinois utterly throttled them with one of the most lopsided victories against a top-ranked team in the history of college basketball. So let's go kind of team by team here and get your general thoughts on the conference odds leader. And, of course, these odds are pulled from BetMGM. Let's start off with the Michigan Wolverines and what this team is looking like under Dusty May, and they've been tremendous. A pair of seven-footers there, and Vladislav Golden and Danny Wolf have been problematic, to say the least, and flanked by Burnett and some sharpshooters as well. Michigan's a front runner right now at plus 175. They've won 3 straight games against former Pac-12 members, 2 of them on the road, at USC, at UCLA, and then they came home and they absolutely blitzed the Washington Huskies, winning that one 91-75 in the end. Next 3 games at Minnesota should be a surefire victory there. Northwestern at home, and then the big one on Friday, January 24th, on the road inside Mackey Arena, one of the best places in the country to watch a college basketball game, taking on the Purdue Boilermakers, but projected right now to finish 15-5 in the league. And you look at Michigan, too, the particulars, number 11 in the net, number 10 in KenPom, number 9 in Bart Torvik since December 1st. They're number 1 in the country EFG offense, 16 in EFG defense. X on the glass because you got 2 twin towers there. Really, their only downside is they shot themselves in the foot with turnovers at number 327 in the country in turnover percentage offense. What are your thoughts of the Wolverines, and do you think they win the Big Ten outright this year?
I definitely think they have a shot, right? I think the price makes a bunch of sense. It wouldn't be my bet right now. It would not be Michigan. But every time I watch this team, man, I'm more impressed, right? Golden had 19 points. Like you said, they won the game by 16 points. I think they trailed 5-4 and then never trailed again. Now, granted, it's against Washington, who I don't believe has a road win in conference yet. But also, they got Roddy Gale Jr. back. He only missed a game, I believe, with that knee injury. But he came back, scored 15 points. And they've been really good at home, Michigan, this season. Unbeaten at home, 9-0. And this is their first 5-game Big Ten win streak since 2020, the 2020-21 season. I like Dusty May. I like Golden. They got size. I like this team. I would want a better number. There's still a lot of ball to be played in a really tough conference. So I think they have a shot. That wouldn't be my prediction or my pick or my bet, but I like this team a lot, man.
Yeah, again, they got to clean up their act offensively. But, man, they just blitz you. And when you have those 7-footers, and Danny Wolf plays like a guard at 7 foot. I mean, he's not like your classic, back the booty down type of guy. That's Golden's game. Wolf can beat you off the bounce. He can shoot outside, not just corner threes to top the key threes. He can beat you on the wing as well. I mean, he occasionally brings the ball up like a point guard. It's kind of crazy. He's finely skilled. He's going to get at least a cup of coffee in the NBA sometime in short order. Started his career at Yale, and looking like a smarty pants are the Wolverines right now for bringing him in and paying him all the NIL cash. All right, let's talk about the other team in the Wolverine State. I don't really think this is the strongest Michigan State team that we've seen in the last decade, but one that's certainly going to be there in the conversation. We got an INT off the hand of Sam Darnold. Rams pick it off, 10-14 to go in this first half. They're back in business again with a 10-3 lead, costly turnover for Sam Darnold. The pumpkin carriage again, once again showing up. And it matches your hair, Sam. Congratulations. Michigan State, plus 275. To win the Big Ten right now at BetMGM. Number 14 in the net, number 14 in KenPom, number 5 in Bart Torvik. Again, since December 1st. So they're playing elite basketball. Projected to be 14-6 according to KenPom. On the year, 135 in tempo, 104 EFG offense, 21 EFG defense. Their calling card is rebounding. Get after on the offensive defensive glass. The biggest issue for them, they can't hit the broadside of a barn from beyond the arc. 280 or 28.9% from distance, 336 and 3-point percentage offense. Next 3 games, Penn State at home, Illinois at home. Wow, it's a mammoth game coming up this Sunday. and then at Rutgers. And Rutgers actually got a win tonight against UCLA. So what are your thoughts on Michigan State? Is it going to be a Sparty party this year? Could they push the arch rival Wolverines for the league title?
Of course they could. They can because of Tom Izzo, right, and that coaching staff. But you said it. It's just they can't shoot the three. They could rebound. I like them enough defensively. That was a nice win against Northwestern. They've won 9 in a row too. But my problem with them is they got one guy right now averaging double figures. You got Richardson right there at 9.7, I get, and Carr's averaging 8 points per game. But that's what I worry about. I do like Fears Jr., the point guard. He's averaging 6 assists per game, and it's tough betting against Michigan State. But, again, that wouldn't be my pick, and I'd want a little bit better of a price. This is a tough, like you said, the next 3 games. That Illinois game is massive, and we'll see what Rutgers looks like here down the stretch, man. They needed that victory, but they've been a huge disappointment. I like this Michigan State team. I'm just not in love with them. It's not the most talented team that Izzo's had.
Very good offensively, but when you're really shooting 28.9% distance, that is going to be problematic in tight games coming down the stretch. I would bet very much against Michigan State because they just can't hit the three. All right, let's move on to the ILL. So disappointing. And again, I think they've lost like 4 or 5 in a row at 11 a.m. Central Time. Now, these are the games that have killed Illinois over the years. They never perform well. They sleepwalk through it. Kyron Boswell's burning incense for the game while he was on the court. Maybe there's some other funny stuff in there because they were playing just out of sorts in that game against USC. All the credit to Eric Musselman, despite the turmoil in Los Angeles, getting his guys prepared and coming in and getting that marquee victory. I mean, that's a tipping point for that program. But Illinois plus 350 to win the Big Ten title. Number 9 in the net, number 13 in KenPom, number 12 in Torvik since December 1st. Projected to be 13-7 in the league on the year, 13 adjusted tempo, 82 EFG offense, 8 in the country in EFG defense, and one of the best rebounding teams in the land. 3-point offense outside of Yakashonis has been a little bit wishy-washy, 33.1%. is what they're shooting from distance. It's number 195 in the nations. But Yakashonis, again, he told a Lithuanian newspaper today he's optimistic he's going to be able to play against Indiana tomorrow. Their next 3 games at Indiana, at Michigan State, a critical road here in the in these next couple of games, and then they come home against the Maryland Terrapins. So a pretty brutal 3-game stretch, and that's life in the Big Ten. Illinois, I think, has to go 2-1 for them to be remotely in the conversation for the Big Ten title. But what are your thoughts, Horvat, on them short term and long?
Yeah, this will probably be my bet, right? It would be Illinois. I like their ceiling the highest. I think this is a team that could go to the Final Four, that could go to the national championship game. It was a disappointing weekend, I get, but they just got to get healthy. You got to get Yakashonis back, like you said. They were on a 5-game winning streak that they just had snapped, and I love them tomorrow night against Indiana. I was a little surprised. We'll see if that number flips, but 3.5 I think is a little short. I've been really disappointed with Indiana, a team that I thought could win the Big Ten coming into the season, but love this Illinois team when they're right, when they're healthy. I do like their ceiling a lot. This would probably be my bet. Like if anybody wanted to give me a free $100, I'd probably bet Illinois right now.